Yo, what's good, everybody? My name's Nick the Engineer. I'm a multi-platinum music producer and publisher, and my company Playback has generated over 7 figures in the music industry. Today on Music Business Unlocked, I'm gonna properly show you step-by-step how you can register your song so that way you never miss a payment in the music industry. I'll cover the exact steps it takes so that way you can properly protect your music, track your royalties, and make sure that your checks land in your account. If you're an artist, producer, or songwriter, this is the information that separates the hobbyists from the professionals. So let's get into it. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna head over to BMI.com. Once you're on there, you're gonna go to join as a songwriter. Make sure you properly fill out all this information so that way BMI doesn't contact you later to have you refill out everything over again. So once you're accepted and you've made your account, the first thing you're gonna go do to register a new song is head over to the dashboard and you're gonna click register new works. So once you're here, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna hit add new work. And as you can see, my name is here along with my IPI number. Select the type of work that you are registering. So in this case, we're not gonna be doing classical music. We'll be doing all other genres. And for the sake of the video, I'm just gonna name the work title song name. And you should always probably pick a duration because there's a lot of music out there with the same name. So just to make it different, choose the amount of duration, time length. And from there, you're gonna go over to work content. You can choose if it's music and lyrics only. Since most of you will be doing music and lyrics, we'll choose music and lyrics. And then make sure to choose the language that you want. In this case, it would be English. And then hit next. Okay. So the first thing, let's read this. If your work is a public domain arrangement or foreign lyric version, please type yes. If your work is new and original, please select no. So we're going to choose no. Does this work contain samples or medleys? So in this case, we're not using any samples. I'll make a separate video showing you how to register a song if you use a sample. It's a more tedious process. So in this case, we're gonna choose no. Are there any publishers on this work? So in this case, yes. Now, if you haven't made a publisher account, I'll also make a separate video on how to do that. But for the sake of the video, we're gonna hit yes, and I'm gonna walk you through this process. So first, we're gonna choose my company's name, in this case, Playback. Now, if you, once again, don't have a publishing company or you do, and you have somebody on the song that you're trying to locate their information, you're gonna head over to songview.com. Now, once you get over to songview.com, you're gonna go and choose the BMI repertoire. You're gonna hit yes, and then you can see over here, I already have it plugged in as a publisher. I typed in playback. You can see the IPI number and you can see the BMI information. This is the information that you want to be able to register properly. So now we'll head back over, and as you can see, it's already plugged in here. If it wasn't, you would hit enter new publisher and you would plug all that in right here from the information that's on Songview. So one of the most important steps is choosing the exact percentage that your company owns. Now, for this case, I'm gonna show you what it's like to register 2 separate publishing companies and writers on here, so that way you can properly understand how the percentages equal up. So in this case, we're gonna do 50%, and then we're gonna add my other publishing company that's with ASCAP, and we're gonna do 50% here. Now we're gonna hit next, and now we're gonna pick a writer. So you can see there goes my name right here. I'll choose to be a composer, and I'm gonna choose 50%, right? Because Playback Entertainment on BMI is 50%. You're gonna click right here, and now I have to match the publishing company with the writer. And you can see right here, Playback Entertainment Music Publishing. We're gonna click that, and now we're gonna save and add another writer. Now, for this case, we're gonna add my partner, Fernando. He's with PBMG under ASCAP. Now, remember, these writers have to match with the same PRO company, okay? So Fernando is with ASCAP. My other publishing company is with ASCAP. He has to register under the ASCAP publisher. And because we did writer and lyrics, we're gonna choose him to be an author, and he's gonna be 50%. Now, when he gets in, we're gonna choose PBMG, and we're gonna click next, and you can see that all this information is adding up to exactly 100%, which is what we want, and we're gonna hit next. So once we get here, are there any artists? We'll put yes. Are there any recordings? Yes. Was this work created for film, TV, theater, or a music library, essentially for sync licensing? For this case, no. Now we're gonna add the last name and the band name. So for me, we'll put my last name, and then we'll put my producer name, and then it's asked for the first name, which we'll add here. And we'll just put me as the only artist. Now it's asking for the type and format. So for this, we'll just add as a single, but obviously you can choose EP or album. Recording title, we'll choose song name again. For the release date, we'll put it that it came out yesterday. Now, if you have a record label, you'll hit yes. If you don't, you can hit no, and there's no issue with that. It doesn't really matter. But for the sake of the video, we'll do that. Playback LLC is the label. and then we'll hit next. You can recheck all the information, just double check to make sure everything's good. Hit next, go through the summary, make sure it's all matching, make sure it's exactly what you want. It's super important because BMI, ASCAP, these companies are pretty difficult to get a hold of, or they take like a month or two to even get back to you because they have millions of songs in their repertoire. Okay, great. Now we've submitted everything that we need to for BMI, and now I'm gonna show you how to set up your song collection on the MLC. So on here, this is one half of the royalties that you need to collect. The MLC is gonna focus on collecting your mechanical royalties. It's an essential tool that you need to use in order to collect every single royalty that's owed to you. So now make sure that you go to the MLC.com and click Get Started or Log In. If you haven't made an account, you're just gonna go through the same process that you did on BMI, and you'll be able to make claims to the songs and the royalties that are owed to you. So when we get over to the work registration, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Individual Registration Tool. Now we're gonna type in the work title, then you're gonna type in your name, and you're gonna search. And there might already be a song that you put out that somebody already registered, and you'll be able to make a claim on that and submit your information so that way you can start getting paid, and the MLC will confirm that you're on the song. But let's assume that you don't. We're gonna go to the bottom where it says Create New Work, and we're gonna do this all over again. We're gonna choose song name. We're gonna choose English. So the ISWC code is a code that gets driven to you on BMI or ASCAP once you've registered a song, and after a few weeks, they'll assign you that, but it's not necessary for this case. We can put in the duration like we did last time, put in something random, and then we're gonna hit next. Now we're gonna add a writer. So there's two ways to do this. You can create a writer, which if you haven't registered anything, you're gonna fill out this information properly. As you can see, it says IPI. This is gonna be the same IPI number that's assigned to you on your writer account on BMI. It's essential that you actually do put this in, even though it says optional, because the MLC, it'll be harder for them to actually understand which royalties go to where. So even though it says optional, make sure that you put your IPI number in that's assigned to either on ASCAP or BMI. Okay, so you're gonna put your first name, your last name, you're gonna put your writer role. But in this case, I'm already on here. So I'm gonna search my name. And as you can see, I have a bunch of registrations, but when you go down here, you could see my name right here. We're gonna hit that, and we're gonna go to composer, and then we'll do the same thing for Fernando Perea. Okay, we're gonna add as a writer, choose an author, and then we're gonna go next. Now we're gonna do the same thing with a publisher. So my publishing companies are already registered with the MLC. Once again, if you haven't, you're gonna just hit create publisher, and you're gonna go through that same exact process. And this is once again essential for you to collect all of your royalties. If you don't have a publisher, you're not ever gonna be able to collect all your royalties. So this is an essential tool that you're gonna need to take advantage of to make sure your company is collecting every single penny that's owed to you. We're gonna choose Playback Entertainment Music Publishing, which is our BMI. And for the sake of this video, for the MLC, we'll do 100%. Next, okay, we'll do the song name, type in the artist name, the ISRC. So the ISRC code is gonna be the code that's assigned as a release. So there's tools for that. You can literally grab a Spotify link. You can go and use the ISRC finder tool, which is super easy to find on Google, and you're gonna put that information in there. Then you're gonna put the label, put the same thing with the duration, release date yesterday, then you hit add recording and you hit next. And then once again, you're gonna go through this information, you're gonna make sure it's all good to go, and then you're gonna hit submit. And that's it, you're done. This is exactly what you needed to do in order to be taken serious in the music industry. Not only amongst your peers and the people you work with, but publishers, record labels, distributors. These things are essential so that way you can understand how to run a real company in the music business. Because it's not just about making music, it's about handling the business the right way so that way you can get paid. And if you want to go deeper, join us at school.com and join the Music Business Unlocked community. We're breaking these types of things down every single day and always adding more courses, from royalties, record deals, publishing deals, marketing, and giving you the tools that you need to build a real career in the modern music industry. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.